Welcome to the final week, guys. We are motivated, we are ready, and it is all happening. Quick presentation today on the final bits and pieces you need to ensure you're doing within your program. I'm going to flip through a presentation and highlight some of the most important things that you can be doing over the program. So we're starting off with nutrition. We already know to prepare our food in advance, and guys, if you're not doing this, please freeze this screen and make sure you're doing it on a daily basis, because we're going to flick on through this. Moving on, protein first. Remember, protein first, and having the first mouthful of protein or the first few mouthfuls at every meal will help you slow the release of insulin, lower the GI of carbs, and increase the possibility of human growth hormone being released. It's great for improving your immune system and, of course, building muscle, reducing body fat. So really important to do that. You want to make sure you're having quality protein, of course. It's as easy as a couple of slow mouthfuls of your steak before you tuck into everything else, rather than banging in the carbohydrate or the starchy, sugary carbohydrate first up in your meal. Try to keep that down the track and eat that more as a supplement in your meal rather than a substitute for the quality live produce, being those that protein and those vegetables that we're after. Eating often. By now, guys, we're stimulating the metabolism. You want to be eating after your workout sooner rather than later, so that way you keep chewing through and burning fat rather than just having shake after shake. Using soluble or insoluble meals and having your body needing to break that down and break down the nutrients from it helps you burn more fat. You want to be eating, obviously, like we've said, between 3 and 5 hours apart, really, all depending on who you are and how you go about cravings. If you're the sort of person that likes to crave, planning a couple of meals throughout the day is absolutely important. I'm a guy, I like to snack. I snack throughout. So for me, if I'm not full, I'm unable to focus, I'm very much a protein, heavy meat eater. I'll eat fat and so forth. That's important for me. Carbs just don't suffice. So it's pretty simple. I follow that rule, and that's the best way for me to maintain weight, put on muscle. 2 to 3 hours before you train, you want to have something to really get you going for your workout. So 2 hours before, having something on your plate, looking at 50-50 protein with carbs and vegetables, and that meal's going to get you primed and ready to go. And of course, having a shake post the program, and then an hour after that having some food, roughly around about 90 minutes after. Spicing it up. By now, guys, adding in your chili, your spices, and making sure you're having your supplements throughout the workout is really, really important. If you're having really high carbohydrate meals, then you want to make sure that you're limiting your fat for a good 3 hours. High fat meals, want to be limiting our carbs for a good 5 hours. Eating water. If you're starting to feel like you need to eat more often, or you're not satisfied, soup, salads, fruit, meat, vegetables, and unprocessed foods, you want to get more of those into you. That way they contain a higher bulk and they're less in calorie. This helps you shrink your stomach. At the same time, ensure you're having some water before your meal, just to make sure that it actually is hunger and not just high dehydration, which is a side effect when you are dehydrated of being hungry. So make sure you've had some water and enjoy water more often throughout the day. So looking forward from here, guys, we've already talked about the low GI. I don't want to talk about nutrition more often. What I want to talk about is supplementation. Over the next week, if you want to get lean, and we're talking about muscle, and these two guys, Arnie and Ronnie Coleman, I mean, they're just fat-burning machines. How do they do it? Well, they maximize muscle first. That is the priority. So bodybuilders will take an approach to build muscle, and then at no expense will they want to burn that muscle, which is why they always do only low intense cardio, because the harder you train, the more likely it is that you're going to use some proteins, being enzymes, muscle tissue, ligament strength, tendons, all of the red blood and red tissue on your body. Some of that breaks down if you don't have enough protein within your bloodstream, so your amino acids ready for your muscles to feed on. It needs to break down to create energy, and that's the way it works. So for you guys, and just look at your marathon runners. They don't have a lot of muscle on them. They're doing lots of cardio. They're just super lean, skin and bone. Whereas a sprinter, lots of energy in between workouts, making sure they're keeping well fueled, and they're doing short burst, powerhouse bodies, really, really strong. And there's an example of some of the difference of training and reasons why. So we want to make sure we're maximizing our muscle. How to do that? Guys, supplement before your cardio. If you do long distance cardio, if you do cardio on an empty stomach, and if you do a high intense or sustained exercise bouts of high intense intervals, you are going to use protein for fuel. Full stop, period. As much as 30 to 50 to 60% of your energy will come from protein sources. As I said before, the red tissue on our body. And we don't want to break down those cells just for energy. We want to maintain them. The best way to do that is to make sure your body is fueled, ensuring that you've got the correct supplements in your body by having glutamine or creatine before your workouts, guys. First thing in the morning, before your cardio, you've got to get it in there. It's not to put muscle on, it's just to keep the muscle you've got. Otherwise, you possibly can be losing it. And then what's the point of doing your weight training besides burning calories? If you want to burn calories, go for a run. If you want to do weight training, you want to put muscle on. So if you're here to put muscle on, you've got to maximize or maintain your body ability to maintain that muscle, because it's just too hard, guys. It's really, really hard to put on that muscle and then go and lose it just from poor supplementation. And that's really the difference going forward in the program. That's really the difference from what you guys have done with a good, healthy eating plan to going the next level and sculpting your best body. It's those little points and just those little 1%ers, eating at the right time, supplementing at the right times, training with intensity and periodizing it on a daily basis that gets you to the next level. And that's what I wanted to introduce you today. Just remember, burning fat indirectly comes from weight training. So, you know, you're looking at around about 25 to 50 calories a day per kilo of muscle rather than 3 calories per kilo of fat. So the more muscle we build, the more fat you burn. But just look at this bottom point. Your body does not like having muscle. Why? Because it needs energy to survive. So you need to maximize your body's ability to maintain that muscle. Otherwise, it's going to be one of the first places for it to lose or to draw on energy, because it's not necessary and it's a costly tissue. Fat, on the other hand, the body likes to have because it's plenty of energy stores stored up in fat, more so than from muscle. With your weight training this week, guys, push yourself hard. We want to see those reps, overloads, and exercises with intensity. So banging in some of those compound sets, supersets, strip setting. We're looking at doing 4 to 6, 4 to 6, 4 to 6 for our strip sets this week. So that's 3 sets of approximately 5 reps with no rest, and just reducing the weight by 30% to absolutely exhaust and recruit as much muscle fiber as you can. Whack them into your training this week. Don't just put the clothes on, guys. You've got to get in there. You've got to make it happen. Correct technique and tempo. Look, you've seen our programs, you've seen our exercises online. Guys, just follow the technique. Most importantly, 2 seconds on the hard part, 4 seconds on the easy part. How often to do weights? You might be as up to 3 to 4 sessions a week at the moment, making sure no longer than, say, 40 minutes of the actual weight training session itself. Get in, get the job done, and make it happen. But you've got to eat well, rest, sleep, and give it your all. These are the things that are going to make the difference. Guys, if you're a little bit stubborn with your fat loss, then add in at least 2 or 3 morning sessions over this next week to really maximize that. Make it low intensity or low to moderate. Supplement before your cardio. Have a protein shake half hour after, and then get your eggs in mid-morning would be great. Follow that up with a workout after work in the weights room, making sure you're not doing more than 2 days on at a time with your weight training, and of course supplement around that. That's going to stimulate your metabolism first thing in the morning, feeling good, and then finishing off with the weight training as the day goes on. Of course, you can reverse that if you like and do it the other way around with weights in the morning and cardio overnight. Change it up, guys. Keep the body guessing. The body loves variety. And of course, find the things that you enjoy so you make more of an effort to get better at it, so you feel good, and of course it helps you stay happy and stay focused. If you're not using a heart rate monitor by now, guys, why not? It speaks for itself. Be prepared. If you need a motivation, then find something that will motivate you. You know, find the stuff that you like. And of course, use music, guys. It's huge. Use music. Get you across the line. It's been shown to train or make you train a good 10% heavier and harder. This week, guys, and from now on, if there's one thing you can be doing, it's when you feel fit, you like exercise more often. Your body yearns for it. It wants it. So look at using and doing more incidental exercise. We've talked about what you should be eating before and after. Guys, this is my final note for you, and that is, just do this stuff. Read our education. Just get into it. Make time for exercise. Get up, go for a walk. Do weights on a Saturday morning. Get out and be active on a Sunday afternoon and a Saturday afternoon. Just make the most of it. But the crucial point out of all of this is you must eat and fuel your body and supplement around your workouts. A lot of people have come back to us and just questioning the amount of muscle they're putting on, and we're looking at their programs and they're not getting the supplements around it. So they're putting some muscle on but not the muscle that they need so that they can maximize their calorie burning from their body just churning over fat at rest. And that's the difference. Somebody who's got a lot of muscle on them, like some of the trainers that you've seen out there, these guys can eat a hell of a lot more than you because they've got the muscle to burn it at rest. So their body needs those calories. It's simple. You've got the muscle, you need those calories to support it. So guys, maximize muscle this week and have a sensational week, making it happen for week 10. Go for it.